What's happening, ladies and gents? Craig Scott, FightTalk.net, joined by co-founder Adam Noble-Forsey. We've just watched the AJ Parker weigh-in. What were your thoughts on the weigh-in, Adam? What did you take from it, mate?
Initially, so Joshua came in 17-4. Am I right in thinking?
17-4, yep.
Yeah, so that's about a stone. That's about a stone lighter than the Takam fight, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking myself, how does a guy that size strip that much weight off?
Yeah, well, he looked really heavy. He looks a lot slimmer in this weigh-in than he did in his previous couple of weigh-ins, to be honest. Yeah, he looks in great shape. Parker, what was Parker's weight compared to? I don't know.
Parker was 16. He was 16-12, I think.
Oh, so they're both coming in to look quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
That sort of gives you an indication of the sort of tactics, and then obviously FightTalk.net have been doing exclusives with Kevin Barry, like it's going out of fashion, and he's been saying he wants him to wants Joseph Parker to expose Joshua's sort of robotic movement, which people have been going on about. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really exciting fight. I was very excited about it. I'm even more excited about it now. I initially thought it was going to go to points, but I think somebody's going to get taken out.
You said to me you were thinking AJ on points, and you're kind of swaying towards maybe a Joshua knockout. Are you still there, or you change your mind?
Yeah, I am going to Joshua knockout, mate. Problem is, with heavyweight boxing, like usually I like to have a little flutter on the weekend's boxing. Anthony Joshua fights in particular, I've kind of tried to steer clear from, because in the Takam fight, no one really expected it to go that long. So Joshua's kind of unpredictable anyway, and we know he can get taken out, and you know that sort of, with heavyweight boxing, you're thinking all it takes is one shot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, even with Dillian White against Lucas Brown, like that wasn't like a concussive blow, was it? It was more like a kind of swipe, but you know, a swipe from 18 stone worth of heavyweight fighter, that's gonna take you out. So it's anything could happen. That's what I'm thinking in this fight.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the telling factor is going to be who lands first. I think we could probably see both guys touch the canvas. I wouldn't be surprised if both guys touch down. We've seen Joshua go down before in that fantastic fight against Klitschko, which was just exhilarating, to be honest. And he went down very heavily. I think his knockdown in that fight when he touched the canvas was a lot heavier and a lot more dramatic than any of the knockdowns that Klitschko suffered. But he shook it off, came back, gathered his composure for the next few rounds, and managed to sort of rally into the later rounds. I think Parker's level of opposition has just been pretty shocking, and let's be fair. He's fighting that big Razvan Kojanu, which I understand wasn't his fault. It was a late replacement, but yeah. You can't take anything from a fight like that. You can't really gauge where someone is or how dominant someone could be as a champion when you're fighting a guy like that.
Yeah, I agree, mate. His sort of biggest name is either Andy Ruiz or Hughie Fury. Both are all right, good prospects, but they're not world level heavyweights, are they?
No. But what do you say to people who would question Klitschko and where Klitschko was in his career as an elite heavyweight? Because he gets a lot of praise for fighting Klitschko and beating Klitschko, AJ, but where was he in terms of his career? Is that still a valid opponent at the top level?
Yeah, I think it is, mate. And the reason being is, I know Klitschko barely won any of a round against Tyson Fury, but it was a different kind of performance. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that from Tyson Fury, at least Klitschko. And you also have to take into account, like, Klitschko didn't take a lot of damage in the Tyson Fury fight, did he?
No.
I know. You know, if you do it on a points-based system, and that's what the judges that night seemed to go with, yeah. But he didn't get knocked down. You never thought Klitschko was really. There was one point in the fight with Tyson Fury where you thought he was in a bit of trouble, but you never thought Tyson Fury was going to knock him out, did you? So I think in a way it is warranted, and to be fair to Klitschko, the way he fought in the Anthony Joshua fight, I didn't recognise that Vladimir Klitschko. Usually Klitschko's hugging and holding, he'll pop off a couple of good jabs, and then come in with a couple of good power shots, do that, hold, repeat. He's sort of done that in most of his fights. In the Anthony Joshua fight, he came out and he tried to take Anthony Joshua out, and I thought, that's what made it one of the best heavyweight fights we've seen for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think it is warranted, the Klitschko win. And if you compare it to anyone else in the heavyweight division, we were just talking about Joseph Parker there, like Hughie Fury and Andy Ruiz compared to Klitschko. It doesn't really stand up, does it?
No, that's true. That's a fair point. I think the fact that Klitschko always fought that way was more an indictment of the way he was managed and the fights that he took on.
That's a good point.
When you look at the guys he was fighting, they were never going to come and throw the balls to the wall. It was always going to be let's try and work smarter instead of more aggressive against Klitschko. So obviously Joshua was coming to knock him out, and it kind of made for an exciting fight. It was a hell of a fight. Parker at the weigh-in had the Samoan Warriors doing all this singing and dancing, and Joshua had the brass band. And what did you make of the weigh-in as a spectacle? Because there was nearly 5,000 people there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, personally, as like a journalist, a so-called journalist, I get really irritated during Anthony Joshua fight weeks, because that's all you can do, and it sort of stops us. We don't really cover. We've never interviewed Anthony Joshua, so from that respect, I get really pissed off with it. But this week has been the first time I've actually really enjoyed the build-up. I enjoyed the Samoan Warriors today, the band. I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the face-off. I enjoyed everything about it. And I think what I enjoy about it is that I think at Fight Talk we've got to know Parker's team like reasonably well. We're not best mates, obviously, but we've done a few stories with them. And the fact that this is two really serious full-time athletes. Like, we haven't got a Lucas Brown turning up a bit chubby. We haven't got anything like that going on. So I think that adds to the excitement as well. This is a really serious fight.
I think for me, it's also that it's two nations, isn't it? It's two complete nations going head to head as well. I think when you look at boxing in New Zealand, I'd be struggling to name another fighter from New Zealand at the moment who's on anywhere near the same sort of stratosphere as Joseph Parker. So he is boxing for New Zealand, and Anthony Joshua obviously is a superstar here. So it's much bigger than just two good boxers or two fit men coming in. It's they're carrying a lot of pressure on their shoulders from their respective countries.
Yeah, there's loads going on. Well, there's 4 belts for a start going on. Like that rarely happens. I know Wilder's still got a WBC title, and they're both undefeated. They've both got quality trainers as well. Everything's just world class about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you what do you make of the whole Wilder not coming over? There's been a lot said. I know you spoke to Lou DiBella, who, I say spoke, you did a lot of speaking, he did a lot of sort of angry grunting when you were on the phone, but Lou obviously very very angered at comments made by Eddie Hearn.
Excited.
Yeah, but I mean, what
my favourite bit of the interview, I just wanted to say, was when I asked him, what do you think of Eddie Hearn setting up shop in America? And his response was, I'm not intimidated by him. And I never said you were intimidated by him. Anyway, moving on. What were you saying, mate?
He was so angry. Yeah, I mean, what's your view on Wilder not coming over, mate? Because there's been a lot made of it. People are dangling this cherry of the world's media. The world's media are going to be there. Do you?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, is it a big deal? Is it really a big sort of faux pas that he's not come over?
I don't care. Jeff Powell, who is, I just saw an interview with him. He agreed with me. Not that I'm a massive Jeff Powell fan or anything, but yeah, I really care less. I haven't even thought about it. To be honest, when I was interviewing our boy Lou, he brought it up. That was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get into the nitty gritty of what is actually going on with the negotiations. Who's who's making the decisions? When are you guys getting around a table and actually going to do this? Can we just have a definitive answer that you don't want it to happen this year? And to be fair, by the looks of things, it is looking like Joshua, like Eddie Hearn specifically, is making out he wants the fight with Wilder a lot more than he's, a lot less than he's making out, I should say.
Yeah.
And he's just making a big deal about it. The world's media. Deontay Wilder can just pick up the phone and be with the world's media at any time he likes. I don't see. Yeah, who cares? Shame, he's a good pundit actually, but yeah, who cares? Get Tyson Fury and get someone else in. Stop whining about it. Get on with it.
Yeah, there was talks that Joe Parker never actually kind of slashed these rumours, but there was talks that Tyson Fury might walk out with Joseph Parker tomorrow.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that would be Tyson. See, Tyson Fury's smart, isn't he? He'll get himself in front of the world's media, and he doesn't even need an invite, and he'll do it in a more interesting, unique kind of way. So, yeah, Deontay Wilder could learn a lot from Tyson Fury sometimes in terms of self-publicising, I should say.
He's almost, he's totally flipped his public persona 180, Tyson Fury, isn't he? He was a sort of frowned upon, non-politically correct, you can't do this, you can't say that, and now people fucking love him, man. People love him.
But I think that's why I've always loved Tyson Fury, and that's why most like real like the hardcore boxing community in this country, and even like America, have always loved Tyson Fury. Like, I remember the night he won the world title, my phone's not rang so much with not fellow fighters, but fighters and people with it, trainers, other journalists. My phone's never rang that much after any fight, even the Joshua Klitschko fight.
That's crazy because
so that kind of it kind of shows how many people have always loved Tyson Fury. Like he's had that base support, and he's never lost that. So that's why Tyson Fury's able to take over 2 years and still be relevant.
Yeah, it's also mad because your phone only rang 3 times that night, and that is the most it's rang. No, you were chalking up numbers.
It was a big night.
Let's just round it up. I want to touch on just one of the undercard fights. We know all the little guys are going to war, but tell me a little bit about Price Povetkin for you, mate. How is that? I'm seeing a sort of 95% of the population on Twitter think Price could be in danger there. What's your take on it?
David Price, I don't understand. I've never understood David Price. He's probably up there as being one of the most powerful heavyweights with Deontay Wilder, but he's just has too much fear. You watch TV. I know that the German-Turkish guy he fought. I know he was on drugs, but even in that fight, he was scared. There was shades of Audley Harrison in his sort of stature. The way he was sort of defending himself from shots. And then he does these... he had that fight against Sokolowski, didn't he?
Yeah.
On the MTK.
Yeah.
And his interview after that was very strange as well. He said, I wasn't trying to knock him out. I was just trying to get some rounds. It's like, mate, how old is he? He's mid-30s.
Yeah.
Time's done for getting some fucking rounds, David. You need to be taking people the fuck out and making a statement. This is the last chance in your career to actually make some real money. So, it depends what David Price turns up against Povetkin, but Povetkin's top 4 heavyweights in the world, in my opinion. He's very impressive. Even people go on about the drug stuff. I'd say Povetkin's better than Ortiz. I would say Povetkin's probably the next best heavyweight after the champions. So, yeah, I think David Price is going to have a career-ending night. I hope not. I hope the devil can be released within David Price. But yeah, I can't see. I see a demolition job.
Yeah. Hopefully, regardless of what happens, both guys make it out and can have a beer afterwards if that's what they are into. I've got a funny feeling if David Price wins, his beer will be spiked with Novichok So let's hope that let's hope that doesn't happen, and let's hope none of the Russian fans find out where I live. Yeah, man. So I'm going to leave you to it, mate, because I know you're busy. You're going to go and get some dinner. We are going to be watching the fights in different places tomorrow. Give me a prediction for the main event before I let you go, mate.
Joshua knockout, round 10.
Okay, I could see that. I'm going to go Joshua on points. I'm going to stick with that. I think Parker looks pretty durable. He's pretty tough. He's got that Samoan blood. So we shall see.
I'm thinking TKO, mate. I'm thinking a TKO.
TKO. The ref's going to stop him. Who is the ref? Do we know?
I have no idea, to be honest, mate.
Interesting. Listen, thanks very much, mate. Have a nice evening, and I'll catch up with you after the fight.
Take care, Craig.
FightTalk.net. Watch the fight tomorrow. We shall discuss. Cheers, people. Bye-bye.